Hi, my name is Amanda, and I don't know any of your faces in here today, so I'm extremely nervous. Most of you may recognize me as the one that took on little Duncan Noodle.
Yay!
His official adoptive name is Duncan D. Casey, and I call him Little Noodle. He is the sweetest boy. I met Dee when I was a wee little thing. My mom and her went to school together in Gorham. And Dee was always a blessing in my life. There was nothing that I looked forward after, being that naughty kid all the time. There was nothing that I looked forward more to than when my mom was like, hey, it's Friday, we're gonna go see Uncle D. We'll get to Uncle D in just a moment. Boy, did that just light me right up like a Christmas tree. And we would go and visit her. We'd have them make some loud, silly announcement over the intercom to get her down, and she always knew coming down over those stairs, those kids were here. Always would make us laugh, and she was so compassionate and understanding. I could bring anything to her. When I was young, you could always say anything, and it was always an open door without judgment. Why do we call her Uncle D? Well, I grew up with nothing but uncles. So when I was little, all I could say was uncle. That was the name. We're going to see Uncle D. And as I got older and learned the word aunt, boy, I could still not call her Auntie D to save my life. Still to this day as a grown adult, it's still Uncle D. And she would, now more so recently, would you stop calling me that? You're embarrassing me. I'm like, oops. I couldn't help it. I said, Uncle D, I love you, but I can't unsay that. She goes, just call me D. I said, no, yeah, do it. She goes, okay. I struggled a lot through my teenage years, with school, with friends, just not feeling like I had many. I was kind of an odd little duck. Would you imagine that? And one of my favorite things to do was go for a sleepover to Uncle D's house. Boy, did she have the best sleepovers and the best snacks. And she always had, at the time in those years, was Rango. And then we moved to Buddy. So those are the two dogs that I was more familiar with. And I remember one time we talked, and she was there to set me straight. She no judgment, but was very comforting and just guiding for me, and truly made a difference in my life in that time. She used to have a cassette stack up against her wall, and I would always be the little one going over there. Oh, which one are we gonna do today? And of course, you had to put them back in the right spot, and they weren't alphabetized. She was very organized. And I remember playing some Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. And I'd grab her hairbrush, and she had one of those weird funky combs. I'm sure it was because of the 80s hairdo and all the Aquanet. And she was in her office chair, one of the little spinny chairs, and she went to go whip around and just about almost fell out of her chair, but she did not miss a beat. And I was the little monkey hopping on the bed. remember Beth actually brought me a letter that I had written to her when I was just right before, or I was about to turn 16, I believe. And I remember, and at the end of the letter I had stated, "You are absolutely an angel." And as I stand here today, that remark still stands true. She will always be a part of my heart. And if there's anybody in my life that has taught me compassion and not to judge, and to always accept people for who they are, do not judge a book by its cover, read the book, that would be Dee. She was an amazing woman. And this isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. She oddly leaves me rainbows in my house now. And there's no explanation for the rainbow. I've Googled every scenario of how does a rainbow happen? And there's no logic to why I get these rainbows from time to time. But it lets me know that she's still here with us.